Apple TV 4K has always occupied a curious niche in Apple's lineup. It's neither an iPhone nor a Mac, and it's far from essential for everyone. Yet it has cultivated a devoted following by delivering fluid performance, tight integration with the Apple ecosystem, and years of reliable software support. That's why the recent jump to a $249 price point sparked such a reaction across tech forums and social feeds. Many assume Apple will push down market to battle the Roku Ultra, Amazon Fire TV Cube, and Google TV streamers head-on. Instead, Apple leaned harder into its premium strategy and approach that, for loyal users, can feel both confident and controversial. But while the headlines fixate on the price, Apple has been rolling out meaningful software improvements that change how households use Apple TV day to day. With tvOS 26 and the more focused tvOS 26.2 update, Apple is elevating user profiles from a buried option to the centerpiece of the experience. It's not flashy hardware, but it's arguably the most practical upgrade Apple TV has seen in years. Why the $249 price touches a nerve at $249. Apple TV 4K sits well above most streaming competitors. That forces a blunt question. Is Apple TV still just a streaming box, or is Apple positioning it as a living room computer and intelligent hub that connects services, content, and people? For many longtime users, the frustration isn't only the number. It's the perceived value in a tougher streaming economy. Subscription prices are climbing. Ads are creeping into formerly ad-free services. Consumers are discerning about what they buy and keep. In that context, a premium streaming device is a harder sell when cheaper options deliver good enough. Apple isn't chasing the race to the bottom. Instead, the company is betting on seamless integration with iPhone, iPad, and Mac long-term software support and performance, stability, privacy-sensitive design, and data handling personalization. That makes a shared TV feel truly personal. That's where tvOS 26.2 becomes more than a point. Update is a strategic signal. Profiles on Apple TV. From checkbox to core feature profiles have existed on Apple TV for years, but they rarely felt essential. Setup was clunky. Switching was forgettable. Many households simply shared one set of recommendations, and muddled WATCHLISTS.TV OS 26 changed that baseline with a simple, powerful move. At startup, Apple TV now asks, "Who's watching?" Profile selection is no longer a hidden step, it's the front door. The system acknowledges reality. Modern living rooms are shared spaces where different people want their own experience. tvOS 26.2, the update that makes profiles truly useful. VOS 26 set the stage. tvOS 26.2 delivers the breakthrough. Two changes in particular transform profiles from nice to have into use every day. Profiles no longer require an Apple account historically. Creating a new profile meant attaching an Apple ID, dealing with passwords, or tweaking family sharing. That friction made guest viewing, hid accounts, and casual use annoying. In tvOS 26.2, you can create standalone profiles without linking a personal Apple ID. This mirrors the familiar profile model used by Netflix, Disney Plus, and Prime Video, and it immediately reduces setup overhead. Who benefits? Guests staying for a weekend who don't need full device access, kids who don't require an Apple ID to watch, cartoons friends or roommates who want separate watch lists, privacy-conscious households that prefer minimal account sharing. Kids' profiles now shape what appears inside the Apple TV app. Parental controls used to feel patchy. With tvOS 26.2, child-designated profiles can enforce content ratings that directly affect what appears in the Apple TV app. What changes? Recommendations reflect age-appropriate viewing by DesignUp. Next cues don't. Mix adult shows with kids' content browsing. Stays clean and predictable without accidental exposure to mature titles. This is a big usability And trust win for families and a necessary move to keep Apple TV competitive with other family-first platforms. Why profiles matter more than you think. Profiles aren't as dramatic as a hardware redesign, but they shape everyday habits. Parents worry less about what kids might stumble into. Guests can watch without creating or borrowing accounts. Shared homes regain personal recommendations and separate queues. The Apple TV app becomes a more relevant hub for each person as Apple expands Apple TV Plus, Arcade, Fitness Plus, and other services. Personalization isn't a perk, it's table stakes. Profiles make Apple TV feel less like a shared remote and more like a multi-user device built for modern households. Real-world scenarios where tvOS 26.2 shines. Family living rooms. Kids tap their profile and see a curated, safe catalog. Parents switch back without messing up recommendations. Roommates. Everyone keeps individual up-next lists. Watch histories. And app roles. Guests. Create a temporary profile in seconds. No Apple ID or invasive setup required. Multi-device homes. Profiles tie neatly into broader Apple services without forcing accounts on casual users. Daily. Quality of life improvements. Cleaner up next. And watch now. Less clutter for mixed histories. Reduced algorithm confusion. Recommendations finally reflect the person watching. Fewer accidental purchases or mature recommendations in kids' views. A more coherent home screen that actually feels like yours. Apple's quiet strategy. Compound value through software. Apple didn't run splashy ads or devote a keynote segment to tvOS 26.2. And that's telling. The company is leaning into a long game strategy. Refine software to extend the life of existing hardware. Justify premium pricing with dependable long-term updates. Improve daily usability without redesigning the box. Deepen ecosystem lock-in through personalization and privacy, while the conversation fixates on $249. Apple is systematically reinforcing why people stay once they buy in. What about visionOS 26.2 and HomePod 26.2? Released alongside tvOS 26.2, these updates don't tout major user-facing features. Instead, they likely focus on stability, security, and ecosystem consistency. Foundational work that prepares devices for future capabilities and ensures everything plays nicely together behind the scenes. Is Apple TV 4K still worth it? It depends on your priorities and how deeply you're invested in Apple's world. Apple TV 4K makes the most sense if you use iPhone, iPad, and Mac daily and value seamless integration. Subscribe to Apple TV Plus and care about high-quality streaming. Performance share ATV with family or roommates and want true personalization. Prefer Apple's approach to privacy and data handling. Want years of reliable software updates and a lag-free interface. If your goal is the cheapest path to streaming, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Google TV devices offer compelling value. But if you want a premium, long-term living room hub that feels tailored to each person in your home, Apple's recent software updates meaningfully strengthen the case for Apple TV 4K even at $249. The bigger picture. Apple TV as the living room hub with profiles front and center and parental controls tightened. Apple is quietly shifting Apple TV from a box that streams to a household platform. It's where subscriptions, services, games, fitness, and family viewing intersect with individual experiences, layered on top of shared hardware. And that's the point of these updates. Apple isn't trying to win the spec sheet. It's trying to win the daily routine.